Hi, and welcome to Nurturing Compassion. I'm Nicole, and here on this channel, I talk about becoming the most compassionate versions of ourselves through our lifestyle choices. If that's something that you're interested in, please consider hitting the red subscribe button. Now, this week, I want to talk about spring and spring cleaning and all the different ways that you can declutter your life and your mind with spring coming around. Now, spring is actually my favorite season. March is my favorite month for many reasons. March is my birthday month. It is when my anniversary with Nick is, and it's just like a really happy month. It's getting warmer outside. I just love March. And on March 21st is the first day of spring. So I thought that this would be a perfect time to start talking about just spring cleaning and getting ready to welcome in the season, because I think of spring as a time for new beginnings. So there's all kinds of different ways that you can prepare for spring and decluttering your life. You can do it on a more physical level, of course. When we think of spring cleaning, we think of taking our space and just cleaning those places that you haven't dusted in a while. It's a great time to get rid of stuff while you're cleaning and having to move everything anyway. But I also like to think about it as a time to declutter what's in your head. It's a time to really get rid of some limiting beliefs that you may have in different areas of your life that are stopping you from getting what you want. Limiting beliefs are essentially beliefs in our subconscious mind that were developed when we were children and before our conscious mind was fully developed. You may have things in your subconscious mind from what you were watching on television, from what you saw mom and dad doing, from what you saw in school. So many different things. And when we are children, we are very susceptible and very emotional. And so something small as your teacher yelling at you when you are in first grade could all of a sudden really be impacting you today and making you afraid to speak your mind because maybe they yelled at you because you disagreed with them. And it's amazing how these little things that we may not even consciously remember, can impact us today. When you first start working through your limiting beliefs, you'll find that there's some surface level stuff. Maybe let's say you feel self-conscious about your body and you catch yourself in your regular thoughts just saying like, oh, I'm so ugly, I don't look good in this. So on a conscious level, you can start rewriting those beliefs. But the thing is that even when you start saying, I love myself, I look beautiful in everything that I put on, the reason that you had that initial bad belief is something deeper. There was something or some things that caused you to have that belief in the first place. And so when you start rooting through these surface level limiting beliefs, you can also start to find the ones that go deeper. And so that's when, you start saying, I love myself, I look beautiful in this outfit. And then you start seeing what else pops up. Are you saying, oh, I'm not good enough? And that is a big thing that gets in the way of a lot of people, is this idea that you're not good enough. And so by just continuing to say positive things, you can sort through your different limiting beliefs that way. But some really awesome ways to speed it up, which I want to share with you, is morning pages, which I have a whole video about, I'll link that, but also hypnosis. And you can actually do self-hypnosis. I'm reading this amazing book called Close Your Eyes, Get Free by Grace Smith. I'll link that down below. And she talks all about using hypnosis to overcome bad habits, because you're able to go into your subconscious mind, find out what is really limiting you, and get rid of it, replace it with something positive, and it can have absolutely incredible results. So hypnosis and self-hypnosis is certainly something that you want to check out if you want to get rid of some limiting beliefs really quickly. Another option is just meditation. I know that Grace Smith talks about that hypnosis is just meditation with a purpose. It does take more time for meditation to be sort of something that helps you overcome these limiting beliefs, but I think that meditation is critical when you are trying to attract more money, more wealth, self-love, opportunities. Meditation is a way for you to connect with the source energy that is inside of you that can bring you anything that you desire. And so even just meditating on things like getting rid of your negative limiting beliefs can do wonders. Now, another way that you can get rid of limiting beliefs is to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Oftentimes, our fears are centered around a lot of these limiting beliefs. And the problem is that we're afraid of things based on these beliefs that aren't even true. We believe these things because when we were young, we didn't know that it's not true. Just because someone tells you to be quiet when you're sharing your thoughts doesn't mean that you're worthless. It doesn't mean that you have no business sharing your opinion. And so I think that by pushing yourself and doing something scary, that is a great way, because I'm telling you that when you do something that scares you, you will see those limiting beliefs just popping right out, and they will be right in front of your face, and that is when you can get rid of them. Doing something scary can be, anything from signing up first to be the person to do the presentation in class. It can be finally signing up to do some ski lessons. It can be finally signing up for a dance class. Even just like, I'm going to take my art portfolio and I'm going to show it to a gallery. That is pushing yourself and overcoming your fears. And not just doing that because it can bring you more opportunity and a better life, but also because it helps make those deeply seated beliefs clear to you so that you can get rid of them and get on track to living your dream life. Another way that you can get rid of your head trash this spring is to start incorporating tapping into your routine. And tapping is something that I learned about when I was in Scotland from my lovely mentor, Steph. Essentially, what it is touching very specific parts of your body. And what that does is it sort of activates your mind, and there's some science behind it that I'm not really prepared to explain, so I will link an article below as well as link an instructional video for tapping. But essentially, you're touching these specific pressure points in your body, and you start with an affirmation. So that can be, I am worthy of all the abundance and love that I desire, right? And so you would go through repeating that and touching these specific points, and then you would see what kind of limiting beliefs came up. At that point, you would then do another round saying, I release all emotional attachment to blank, inserting that negative limiting belief. So you go through and you do that, and you kind of keep rolling with it and seeing what comes up. And at the end, you can then do another affirmation, and just doing that every day I found is very useful. I usually will do it after my meditation, after my morning pages sometimes if something specifically kind of comes up. It's a really awesome way that when you identify a limiting belief, it's a great way to just let it go and know that you're releasing it. So those are my top ways to start decluttering your mind of any negative beliefs that you may have, so that you can go into the spring with a new, beautiful, uplifted mind. And just remember that anytime that you get rid of a negative limiting belief, you need to bring something in to replace it. So that means drowning yourself in affirmations is going to be critical at this point in time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you have a lovely introduction to spring. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, and be sure to check me out on Instagram at nurturing_compassion. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!